Welcome to the deep dive. So today we're looking into Notcoin, not for
Oh,
us.
the one that kind of blew up from that Telegram game.
Exactly. Started as this super popular tap-to-earn thing.
Yeah, apparently it brought a massive wave of new users into Web3, which is pretty interesting in itself.
Totally. So our mission today is to really get into what Notcoin is actually about, based on the info we had back on May 9th, 2024.
Right. So the sources describe Nothon as, well, a community token, and they lay out a few main ways for users to earn.
Okay, like what?
There's Explore, which is about discovering other Web3 products.
Oh, yeah.
Then Play, participating in new games.
Makes sense.
And Contribute, which seems focused on adding value somehow to the Notcoin ecosystem itself.
Okay.
Oh, and there's also this offer component that's for Web3 builders, so they can set up campaigns using Notcoin.
Gotcha. So it looks like they're trying to move beyond just the initial clicking, trying to build some actual use cases.
Yeah, that seems to be the goal, more than just tapping, aiming for some kind of utility.
Okay, interesting. Now let's talk numbers. The supply. It's huge, right?
Oh, yeah. As of May 9th, the total supply was 102,719,221,714 tokens. A big number.
Whoa. And the really interesting part, I thought, was the initial circulating supply when it listed.
Exactly. It was the same number, 100% circulating from the get-go.
Which sounds, well, it sounds like everything's out there at once.
Right, but it's maybe a bit more nuanced. Just because it's circulating doesn't mean all 102 billion tokens hit the exchanges on day one.
Ah, okay. How so?
Well, remember, a huge chunk went to the miners via airdrop. Not everyone claims those immediately.
Right, unclaimed tokens.
Exactly. And then there are other allocations. It's not always clear when those will actually start being traded actively. So 100% circulating, yes, but maybe not 100% liquid instantly.
That makes a lot more sense. Okay, so drilling down into specifics. Token name?
Yeah.
Not P.
Yep. And the type is a TON Jeton.
Which, for anyone not deep in the TON ecosystem, that's just their specific standard for tokens on the TON blockchain, right?
Correct. And as we said, initial circulating, total, and maximum supply are all that same 102.7 billion figure.
Okay. And they did a Binance launch pool.
They did. They allocated just over 3 billion NOT for that. Comes out to 3% of the total supply.
3%. And that kicked off when?
That started May 13th, 2024.
Got it. So if 3% went to the launch pool, how did the rest of that massive supply get divided up?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. A huge majority, 78%, went to the miners.
78%. So the people who were actually playing the game on Telegram?
That's right, the early tappers, basically.
Yeah. Okay, what about the rest?
Let's see, 9% was set aside for an ecosystem fund,
Okay.
then 5% for community incentives, and another 5% for development.
Right. So 78 plus 9 plus 5 plus 5 plus the 3% launch pool.
Yeah,
That adds up to 100.
exactly. That 78% to the miners, though, that's a pretty significant signal about initial distribution. You could say it points towards a high degree of decentralization right from the start.
Yeah. Putting a vast majority directly into the hands of the early user base.
Mm-hmm.
And for people wanting to, keep tabs on the community and updates.
At the time, the main listed platforms were Twitter and Telegram. Pretty standard.
So probably the key places to watch. But, and this is important, we have to stress again, all this info is from May 9th, 2024.
Absolutely crucial. The crypto world moves fast. Things can change, you know?
Definitely.
Which actually brings up a fascinating point, doesn't it? How does a token like this, launching with its full supply basically out there, and so much of it with early users, how does it handle price discovery?
Yeah, and building long-term value. It's
Well,
quite different from projects that slowly unlock tokens over years.
exactly. It's a very different kind of starting block.
Okay, so just to quickly summarize then, Notcoin starts as this viral Telegram game, brings tons of people into Web3 with a simple tap-to-earn mechanic.
Right. Then it launches its token, not on, not die, with the entire 102 billion supply technically circulating from day one.
And crucially, a massive 78% of that supply allocated directly to those early game players, the miners.
Which kind of leads us to a final thought for you, the listener. When you have 78% of a token's supply starting in the hands of its earliest users, how do you think their actions, collectively, might shape where Notcoin goes next? And what does it really mean for a project, for its market dynamics, when 100% of the supply is out there from the beginning? It's definitely something worth watching, especially as this whole Web3 gaming space keeps evolving.